Hey guys, my name is Max and here are some of my tips on how to improve and win more competitive games, so you can reach that sweet Valorant rank. So first and foremost, Valorant is an FPS game, which means it's crucial to have good aim. There are multiple ways to achieve this, but my advice would be hitting the shooting range. Valorant has a very good shooting range built into the game already. That means you have a very good opportunity to improve your aim. For me, I always do a few rounds of medium butts and maybe one or two on hard, just for fun, cause hard is crazy hard. But that said, it's good for practicing your flicks. But you can do whatever you want in the shooting range. Make your own training or warm-up routine you go through every day to improve. And if you do it every day, I promise you, you will be on your way to a higher rank very soon. As an example of a good warm-up, could be one round of easy butts, then 3 to 5 rounds on medium, and then maybe finish off with a few rounds on hard mode. And maybe even throw in some strafing butts when you're ready to play, just to get some real game experience going. Also, a quick and easy way to improve your aim is get the headshot height down. This will automatically make you hit more headshots and you will feel improvements in no time. For tip number 2, I just want to recommend maining an agent, just like in League of Legends or Overwatch. When maining 1 or 2 agents, you will see huge benefit from being very much in sync with the character you're playing. When you become so familiar with the character that their abilities become more of a reaction than a thing you have to remember and think a lot about. You will see your gameplay smoothen out and you will have a better time aiming and focusing on shooting, since you won't have to think about your abilities all the time. Up next is number 3. I just want to talk to you about talking to your team, and if you don't have a mic, get one. Communication is a crucial part of any competitive game, so you can help your teammates out with all the information you have, giving them better time to react. And along with that, making the map less important. If you know your team has your back and will tell you if someone is pushing. This means you can focus on holding your angle and not getting distracted by the map. And you never know, you might meet your soulmate in one game. Nudge nudge, wink wink. And next up we have number 4, holding angles and rotating. So one easy way to give yourself a huge advantage is when on the defending side, just hold an angle. Find the spots on the different maps you like to hold and basically aim down and don't move. This will most likely give you the first shot against the pushing enemy. And since you are standing still, you have 100% accuracy. This means you are most likely to get the kill compared to the moving enemy lacking accuracy. Most of the time you're gonna want a Vandal, since it's a one-shot headshot, no matter the range. But an Operator is definitely also a viable solution. There is just one downside to the Operator, and that is the fact that if you die with it, you will ruin your economy and you're most likely going to have to eco for 1 or 2 rounds. And for rotating, you're gonna have to learn to read the game. Where are the spike and where is the enemy team most likely to attack? You never want to move away from your site until the spike has been spotted. Coming up next is number 5, and it's a bit of a follow-up to the holding angles as the defending team. And it's don't be repetitive, because if you're being repetitive, you're being predictive. And if the enemy team know or predict where you're sitting, you're most likely gonna die. I recently had a game where one guy was sitting in the same spot for like 5 or 6 rounds in a row. And as long as he did that, it was a free kill for me and my operator. One way to prevent this from happening is just moving slightly, so you're switching between the wall on the right and the wall on the left. And for number 6, we have pretty much the opposite of the previous 2 tips. For this one, I want to talk about how you can breach the enemy team's defenses and make taking over a site easier. One of the most important things for taking over enemy spike sites are using your abilities. Especially vision blocking abilities like Open Shadow Cloud, Brimstone Smoke or Jet Smoke. Taking out the enemy's angles, forcing them to move, making a push more accessible. In addition to that, it can be easier to predict where the enemy agents has moved to, since they will most likely move away from all the smokes to get vision of the entry points on the site. But because you smoked off some of the campsites, this means there will be a limited amount of spots where the enemy team can move to, making it more predictable for an easy kill. And for lucky number 7, we have movement. When running, you make tons of noise, and the enemies will surely know where you are. But if you press shift, you can walk and to make no noise, making a flank or a sneaky play doable. Walking is crucial for rotating, because if you just run onto a site, you're gonna be predictable. And some experienced players will even be able to pre-shoot just based on the sound you're making when running towards them. So to get the jump on your enemies and get the advantage on your side, you need to walk. Less intel for the enemies means more kills for you. Also, in addition to that, you might want to crouch from time to time. As well as muting your running sound, you will have less recoil on your guns when crouching. And a huge one for me is number 8. No one likes playing with toxic teammates, so spread positivity. It will help your mood, and if you are happy and confident, most of the time, you will play better. Just the fact that you believe in yourself and your aim will make you trust yourself, and you will see yourself hitting much more of those juicy headshots. And if you feel the tilt creeping up in you, mute your mic, take a break, eat some food, or go for a walk. Or maybe even let some steam out on the shooting range. And for number 9, we have an essential thing to learn, and it's the economy of the game. Like CSGO, there are rounds where you're gonna wanna full buy, rounds where you're gonna go eco, and even a few rounds where you're gonna force buy. Obviously, when you have money for it, always go full buy. This will in general give you and your team a natural advantage over the enemies, or at least put you on equal ground. However, there are going to be rounds where you won't be able to buy all the good guns or full armor. These are the rounds where you're going to want to go eco. Ecoing is basically saving money that round so you can buy the good stuff for the next round. When going eco, you can buy a better pistol or even a cheap submachine gun, and depending on the map, maybe even a shotgun. But you have to make sure that your minimum amount of credits is higher than 3,900 in the next round. That way you always know you can buy a Vandal or a Phantom and full shield for the next round. Last but not least, for number 10 is spectating pro players, or at least very good players, just to see how they practice, how they play, and what to do to win more games. This way you can copy some of their playstyles or even some of their strategies to your own game, and this will for sure make you a better player. Just remember to practice still, cause watching someone else play won't make your aim better. For me, it helped to fix my crosshair to my liking and decreasing my mouse sensitivity a lot. A lower sensitivity will in general make your aim more accurate. Once again, my name is Max and thank you for watching these tips. I really hope you found some of them helpful, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps and motivates me to create more Valorant content. See you later.